Oh yeah.
I got my friend here, Gabe, also known as Compa.
Howdy.
Uh, Gabe and I, we go way back.
Yeah.
We're going great.
How can you fail at this? It isn't even a test.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I we go way back.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing about is just a podcast that's the purpose is to kind of connect with people, talk with people, build relationships.
I like it.
You already figured it out.
Whoa. What? Oh my god. Okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Whoa.
So one of the first questions I wanted to ask you is what weird things did you do as a
Um. I like that. Um. I had like a weird little
child? Wait,
Oh
progress?
wait, yeah. I would like uh fidget around with my fingers a lot.
I
Like I don't know, just like pulling on them like individually one by one or
Did you ever
like
pop?
I don't know.
Were you a popper?
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
It has
I still
been
do, dude. I still pop them.
100,000 years since I last assembled you for testing. Remember those humans you found? Because they're all fine. In fact, we solved science without you.
I had
Testing is
a
simply an artistic indulgence now.
which
The humans
I
insisted I show you my latest installations.
did.
Here in the
I have to
future,
ask,
where all the humans are alive. I call
still
this
Rubik's
first
cube?
piece turrets. It's an exploration field
Yeah.
where all
Rubik's
devices
cube.
acting on simply expressed
Oh
directives,
yeah.
inflicting
I
pain
actually
despite
did
our
know
own
that.
desires.
I
Don't get distracted by the subtext, though, because the text is that they're going to be shooting at you.
Yeah. I actually just got a new one yesterday. So
Oh hell yeah! What's the
um it was a it's a 3 by 3 but there's uh every side has like a different little shape or like pattern on it on top of being different colors. So like one side's like all red hearts and then another's like green clovers, I think. And yeah.
okay? So it's like more pattern based.
Yeah, yeah. It was a little like Valentine's Day gift I got.
Oh
So
hell yeah! Do you have to So do you essentially like reconfigure the algorithms that you already know, like the general directions, and then just kind of like kind of assign them different like essentially the different shapes and patterns.
um yeah, it's pretty much like I look at it, when it's like scrambled and I'm like, okay, like where are like these specific pieces and then how do I get them to where I want to be? And then it's like, okay, I just kind of at this point it's like muscle memory for me where I'm just like, all right, I recognize this, I know how to get it where I want it to be,
Those bullets were a
and boom, I do
metaphor for
it.
something. Take your time.
I respect you. I respect you because I had back then. Never respected you. Always man, I'm actually kind of lost on this puzzle. I'm
I'm
looking
me
around. I'm like,
too.
what the
I can't go too far or else I'll die.
It's crazy because I saw this all the time. It's like a baby genius back there. So if I sit up here, that'll open up the lamp right there. You're supposed to.
Oh wait, I see. Oh no.
I suffered for this art. I don't see why I should be the only one.
Uh.
Crazy that I solved this stuff like it was nothing when I was like.
Do. Oh wait. Okay, because I put a portal up there, so maybe you can. Well, how does that help you? I don't know.
Can I? Oh, can I rock? Can I get a? If I can get one launched up through, I might actually. You know what? Maybe this. Drop the file. They go.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. Now what do I do?
Oh.
Oh, maybe I can block. Can I? Trying to. Okay. Fuck.
The humans took far less time working their way through these exhibits. You're either enjoying it more than they did,
Ah,
or you're
crap.
just incredibly dim-witted.
Okay, now we might be
Of
screwed. I
course,
accidentally
there's no
got it.
reason it can't be both.
I can
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. No. Okay.
Another question. What was some of the impactful media that you had growing up? Things that like,
Oh
you
man.
still like often like watch.
I'd say one for me that I still think about often is the original Twilight Zone show.
Oh hell yeah,
Uh
of course.
yeah, I like well, I got into it because my dad was into it, and so he was like, "This is a really good show. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna like it." And I was like, but it's black and white and really old." And I'm like, "Okay." And then he was right, and and it's got so many um, like lessons and big ideas and
It still holds up.
um,
It still repeats itself.
yeah.
How often it's still repeating itself and themes even after 70 years. Coming up on
And there's been
70 years, huh? Is it 50
yeah,
years?
jeez. It started I think I want to say 1954. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, Rod Sterling.
No, I actually I was re-downloading. I've been going back to doing I wonder if we're gonna get past this first puzzle. I've been re-downloading some old media because it's nice just going offline. Oh wait, can you jump?
I feel like I gotta launch this over there or something. But I don't know how. Oh, whoa!
I can build that bridge up if I step on it.
Oh wait, can you launch me or something?
I don't know
Uh, this is embarrassing.
how. I went into this being like, this is gonna be cake. I think I did a few of these back in the day, and now I'm here and I'm like, oh wow, you really lose some thinking skills when you're not playing puzzle games all the time. And going. Okay. was re-downloading the 1985 Twilight Zone. It's not as good, of course, as the original series, but there's some really interesting stories in there. I think there's like maybe Wes Craven. He's all over the place.
Okay.
The 90s one was really good. It's like an episode about like a Kurt Cobain type figure.
I think I.
Taking his own life and having his blood and guts splatter like all over the guitar, and then it just got sold at a pawn shop. And I was like, what pawn shop would just say, hey man, I got a guitar covered in guts, dude. It's famous people's guts. Like, no, that person would get arrested immediately. Like, get out of here.
I also watched the. There was a Jordan Peele Twilight Zone.
Oh, was that very good? I tried to watch like an episode or two. It wasn't too.
It was like very hit and miss. Like there was a couple like remakes of old episodes. Those were like kind of some of the better ones, but even then they didn't compare to the originals, I feel like. Fuck, dude, I don't know what to do.
Maybe just try rushing. Try to whack him. Try to just whack him with
Alright. Fuck. Oh wait, maybe can I just wait? If I oh, can I use? Oh wait. Yeah, I can just like. Can I just fall? Cause you put the bridge right? Or no? Oh no, it's. I think it's too.
As art appreciators go, you make excellent test subjects.
Huh.
Where did it seem like now it seems like it seems like the cake is a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There must be a way for me to. If I can kill these guys, then I can actually do stuff. But. I'm gonna try rushing them again. Just. Oh! I almost. Oh wait, I knocked one of them like.
Yes.
Okay, wait.
I think it might just be us having to go through and do this over and over. I think this might be a solution.
Okay. Hey! There we go.
Hell yeah, dude.
Get out of here. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now that is real IQ. That is high intelligence right there. This shit was, I think, done by Stephen Hawking. You hear about that shit?
Dude, yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, what that old man on that island? Now, how do I get over? That's the big question.
Ooh. Maybe, wait.
Drop another cube.
Okay.
Maybe try
Stand.
similar. Oh, yeah. Oh, create a beach. Grab.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
I like how sometimes the force does work. I don't know if it's intended, but it does work. Going back on that last question, any
Another one is Another one is another like classic TV show. It's Columbo.
Oh yeah. I never really watched too much Compa growing up, but I've been actually meaning to go back and start
It's
rewatching because it seems like it's a pretty historic kind of television show, being like the TV.
Yeah, I like nowadays I really am into like crime and detective fiction, and I'd say it probably is because like I was into Columbo when I was younger, and uh I don't know, it's something about like solving a mystery that's always like just really appealing.
Which is what we're doing right now, man.
Did we do it? Oh, of course not. Whole other.
But I mean, we did it. That was the first puzzle. This one doesn't seem as bad.
Yeah, at least there's no turrets. Oh wait, I might know what to do.
So I think this revolves around catching, like on the opposite end, I'm catching stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna drop. Wait, no, if I drop it there, that'll. Oh, that might work actually. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh no. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, here you go. Oh, I see. You gotta put a.
Oh, I gotta be over there.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, maybe, actually, I think
Okay. Get it? Okay.
now. No vaporizers up here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so I have to. Now I gotta move, and then. Um. Is there anywhere you can drop it? Or. Not really. Fuck.
I think it might have to be like a like I shoot right here, and then as soon as like it goes to this portal, I think you might need to and then set up two portals on this end.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know if the two portals because it'll go over and it would be high probably the most. And then I guess
Oh, it's all about getting it to your side in the end. I see, because there's a button or whatever. Okay, I think I. This is a test run. Okay. 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 Oh! Go, 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 go! Or,
oh, I have to. Okay.
oh, oh!
The last step is I have to throw down. I have to go here, throw down two to catch it on the other end. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Nice.
Figured that out.
Got it. Go. Alright. Moving. Nice, nice. I should be able to get over here. Oh yeah, exit.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, this
I'm
game's
glad you
easy.
enjoyed that piece. For as long as you did. Not that there's any rush.
Oh.
Everything's fine.
Right. What do you think the future of television is going to be like?
Mm, I think it'll still. I think it'll survive. Um,
Do you think there's going to be an era of rebooting in a way where, I mean, we've seen the flight away from actual
I call this one
dropping
Smash.
going
It's an
over
early work
to
of primitive expression.
like
I'm a little
streaming
embarrassed at
services.
how crude it is. Still, it
mhm.
will smash you.
Uh, but at the same time, with Netflix becoming the absolute monopoly of fear, people are getting tired of seeing the bills just increasing line by line, and it being more expensive than television. It seems like people are ready and willing to go away from TV. What do you think? Do you think that's going to end up leading to, in the next 4 to 6 years, a new resurgence in television?
Um, yeah, I think like I read a lot of um like discussion threads for like new episodes of like shows and stuff whenever I watch it. And I always see like a common sentiment that I see is like people expressing how kind of frustrated they are with like the current TV like production landscape, where it's like you get fewer episodes a season and they take like multiple years until you get another season. Um, and there's just a lot of like kind of like wanting to go back to like how it was like 15, 20 plus years ago, where you get more episodes and then they come out, yearly or so. Um, so I feel like the like Netflix model of like, you know, 8, 10 episodes a season is just like not really cutting it anymore. And so I do think like we'll kind of go back, I like um how it was, and then who knows, maybe again like eventually people will start wanting to go back to the current Netflix form. So um yeah, I don't know.
Which is kind of fair. Okay, so
Mhm.
I see how this goes. I'll kind of get to what you said.
What?
You go through this, um, and then
What the hell?
one of it'll wash our shields, and then
What? Oh,
I'm trying to remember how it works.
oh.
So I guess damn, it's hard to debug.
Wait, does going through the, I don't know what to call it, the tunnel, the gravity tunnel or whatever, does that make it to where your portals don't go away? Like, uh,
See, I don't know how to.
uh,
I think
oh. I'm gonna do a little test, a little experiment. Nah.
how do you set up?
Let's see, what's over here?
There's also laser shooting.
Uh,
The laser affect the shield? Or is that
hmm.
huh? Huh. Man,
Uh,
this game is just cheap.
let's see.
I know if you go in there.
Oh, you gotta get the laser to hit that thing so it'll cut off the shield. I see.
Oh, that'll cut off the shield when I hit the laser? That'll
Uh,
do.
uh whoa. Okay, so we gotta. Oh wait, that okay? That does the
That
lift.
does platform.
Okay.
Let me see. I think it's this one or this one. Okay, yeah, that breaks the shield. Okay, so set up a thing to get all the way around.
Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about systems, and it seems like systems tend to kind of govern us in every single way imaginable. Even when thinking about properties of physics, the laws that we know, the world, it's all just kind of systems. And I've been thinking about how television is just, it's a system. It's in a way it acts as almost like a living organism. And I feel like it's about to kind of be it's going to go through a regrowth. I don't know if it's going to be in the idea of television that people thought of before in the traditional sense, but I think through digital spheres such as YouTube and possibly even down the line, if someone was to make alternative video platforms that it seems like right now people also want to get away from pushing away from all the advertising in the world and just go back to just the joy of discovery and finding cool things without there feeling like there's a corporate interest that's guiding us. And I feel like
Hmm.
within that mindset, I feel like we're probably going to hit a place where people are just going to be uh, doing a lot of making their own TV networks, like on YouTube, essentially. Just trying to make their own cartoons and just DIYing the joys of TV that they know that they can't get anywhere uh, through their own means.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of like a counter culture kind of thing.
Yeah,
You mean
exactly.
like?
Just kind of what I mean, even in a way of like if we were looking at print, what happens to a lot of comics and magazines and the 50s and 60s. It's nothing but jokes and comics and the funnies, and then as the 60s are turning around, the 70s and 80s are coming in. You get lots of Mad TV changing things, and then you also get people like R. Crumb coming in, underground comic scene.
Yeah. I think like um, I do kind of like think about what you're saying about consuming any sort of like, I guess, popular media, even if it is like you know, terrific, and it's got like a great like message, like an anti-corporate message, or um, themes of like individuality and freedom. You are still kind of like um, supporting like the um, organizations that are kind of like oppressing us in a way. Like, I guess what I mean is like, for example, I'm thinking about like Andor,
Yeah, the
you
new
know,
Star Wars.
which was amazing. And it's all about like a revolution, but then it's like, well, in order to watch it, you kind of have to support Disney, and like um, the same goes for like you know the boys on Amazon, and it's like you're kind of like um, watching something with like uh, a strong, clear, um, like righteous message, but then it's like, oh, you kind of have to go about it in a way that's like also kind of you know antithetical to the entire idea.
Isn't it kind of
Um,
dark in a way? It's kind of like it feels almost like they're kind of laughing at you. Is they're like, yeah, guys, stand up, do it. It's all about us coming together. As they're immediately like one single guy is making billions off of it.
right.
Everybody continues to just starve. It does suck in that regards. That's how I was feeling about people are really going on about the new Stranger Things. Seems like kids really like that new season. But
Hmm.
I I mean the last few years of that show, it really it went downhill. Like I think maybe the second season, third season, it was all right, starting to tank. No, I think the third season that was when they had that one guy that they didn't bring him back for the like later season. I was like, wow, that seems kind of weird. They had the stoner pizza guy. I felt like that guy was cool.
I loved that guy. Yeah.
Oh, I think if you run out there, then I move it, and so we can have access to the that portal. You know what I mean?
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'll do like Juba. Oh wait. Oh shit. I'm dumb.
Oh, he's
Wait. Let me get up there.
it's so easy to mistake it. But I've been delving a lot into some really deep cut B movies, just absolute slop from the 2000s. And I
Hmm.
find a lot of that like really really enjoyable. Some of the most trashy, worst made movies. And it's made me genuinely be like I think film should be fun. I think it should be like 10 friends that get together, have an idea for a movie, and then say, how can we do this with our extremely limited budget? And I feel
Hmm.
like often those feel like they have more merit than half the big movies that I watch. Some of my favorite movies over the last year have been just some of them like words. There's one called I think it's called The Amazing Bulk or The Incredible Bulk or something like that. And it's this
I
really
have heard of that.
yeah, dude, it's so bad. But things like
Is
that tickles my fancy. Okay, so I need to also redirect the thing to get the gear going on.
oh, we gotta get. I see. And can that do anything? Okay.
Set up.
All right, I'll put another photo. Like there. So.
Thing. It's crazy.
do it. Oh, I guess we both got to be here. Oh, I'm on like a ledge. Can I can I get the blue wall to help you? Like, would that
I'm
help
trying
you
to
at all?
figure out. Can I walk on that? Can you stand up?
Uh, let's see. Oh yeah.
Okay, so it acts as a bridge. Oh, zero resolution.
Oh, I suck at that.
I can't believe that this. I can't believe this game's made for kids.
Oh, maybe I go a little bit higher. I know that's too high. Way too
Wait,
high.
there's something in here. Oh no, that's just the start of the level. Been in here so long, I
Hmm.
forgot what it looked like.
Uh, uh, oh, can we? Um. Uh, no. Hmm. Maybe.
Okay, in.
No, 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 no. Oh, okay, that makes it go. Oh no.
Let me queue up one of the other questions. What do you think the future of gaming is gonna be?
Um, I feel like it's maybe a bit similar in the sense that there's kind of like a longing for um the good old days uh where there's not as many um uh forced, like obviously forced like corporate intervention, like stuff like, I don't know, like Fortnite or whatever comes to mind, where it's like you're just gonna shove in every single thing you can think of with
For
no
money.
clear,
So much money.
yeah, no real clear like focus or cohesion for how these things all function together. It's just a mishmash in order to make the most money. Um, but thankfully, I feel like there's been several kind of high profile like AAA releases that kind of failed, that were like trying to kind of um, do a similar sort of thing. I like, there was that game recently, High Guard or whatever, it came out,
I
and like
don't remember that. High guard?
at the Game Awards, it was the like last reveal, and they were like, we got one more thing up our sleeves, and they're like, check it out, and they were like, it's from a few developers of like Titanfall and Apex Legends, and I forget what else, and I was like, oh, okay, okay, let's see, and then it was just, oh, and it's another hero shooter, like, yay, and then
When did they come
came
out with
out,
that?
and it was just like, Oh, okay. Like, eh, you know.
It's like they don't. It's either they don't really know what they want, or when they deliver what they want, it's like 5 to 6 years too late. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
love dropping something that I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like that's something I would have been hyped about 5 years ago when there wasn't such a crazy amount of good video games playing in the world. I'm like, there's a decade plus of stuff that I've not touched because I'm like, I don't even know, I don't even know how to approach some of those games. I'm like that it's it's cool that you guys did a 2.5D remake of a JRPG that's so beloved, but I don't have time for an 80-hour game that is not going to. It's going to be something I've played before, and it's going to be beautiful and everything. But it's like, is that really what we want right now? I feel like
Hmm.
the indie gaming scene is really speaking for itself, and I feel like indie gaming is really going to be what like the music industry has become in the last 20 years, where people realize, oh, we have the ability to make whatever we want to make at home, like, and you could do it for a pretty affordable budget, and that's a livable lifestyle. And I feel like, especially with the fact that so many people are, whether it's good or not, so many people are getting really into vibe coding. You know what that is?
Vibe coding?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's like people that like code with like Chat GPT and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's um a lot of the times there's like people that are actual like programmers and coders, whenever they look at the a lot of the projects that are vibe coded, they're absolute messes. Like, but sometimes they still somehow work. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's some of my favorite video games. That's Fallout 3. That's Oblivion. Maybe
Yeah, I think
Fallout New Vegas may have been the pre vibe coded game.
I've actually been playing through that
Oh, New
for
Vegas.
a lot recently. Yeah, I hadn't touched it since apparently 2013. Uh yeah.
Yeah, I remember I borrowed your copy on 360 back in the day.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dude, that's the copy that I'm playing now.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I could boot it up on PC and like mod it out, but I don't know. I kind of just wanted like the vanilla experience and um just gaming on my like big TV, I guess, just kind of a little bit nicer. And wow, like uh, I was blown away by like how like just the you know short amount of development time for that game. And sure, obviously there's bugs galore, but like damn, like
It really is so
it's so
much.
impressive,
Even though
very
they have
impressive.
like the engine and everything, you can tell that they really were testing things that they were afraid of trying out during Fallout 3, and it really paid off. Going the full, it really felt like a full RPG route rather than action RPG.
Hmm.
Full
And I love the how like because in Fallout 3, I'm pretty sure this wasn't the case, but where like there are like factions in Fallout 3, but like in New Vegas, that's where it like really counts, and it's like you know something you did like in a town way over like in the southwest or whatever affects like how members of that faction treat you like in another town that's like in the completely opposite side of the map. And I don't know, like it's just cool, the karma system, and your um notoriety with factions, and how everything kind of like is all connected, and it all feels like it's all really happening like in the same world, and it's just it's really cool.
Some of the things that because like Fallout New Vegas is probably one of my most played games. I have to be careful because anytime I start to do playthrough on PC, I spend too much time modding, and sometimes I go a little overboard, and then it completely breaks the game, and then I'm just like, I don't want to restart modding everything all over again. But it's one that like it's crazy how many little details you find out about, and then like I'll be watching a video, a YouTube short on YouTube, and then get something about some part of it, like that I had never had noticed before, like just little itty bitty details that like I can't believe I didn't even go through and do these missions. That it's like such a different, distinct storyline, but there's just so much to that game too.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
You've been hitting them
Mm.
indie games pretty hard.
Um. Yes, for me most of the time, how I kind of connect with indie games nowadays has been um through Game Pass. Uh, so like when something comes out on there, um, and it's like kind of a like smaller game, like I don't know, I feel like I'm a little more likely to try it just to kind of get some use out of that subscription, and um yeah, I don't know. I played uh well, recently I did Iron Lung. um just cuz like I ended up going to see the movie, and
Oh
so I
yeah,
played the game.
there's a
I played
game
the
that goes
game.
with the movie.
There, yeah, it's based on a game.
I didn't know that.
I which for some reason um I owned it on Switch. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Don't remember buying this, but all right." And it only took me like 2 hours tops to finish it. And I don't know, it was really cool. Like the whole like concept of it, I feel like is something you would only ever see in like an indie game, really. Just uh very like um focused on like the atmosphere and just the whole like concept. And there wasn't really any like combat or like cutscenes or anything. It was just kind of like, all right, here's the idea, and then you just like go about it, and you just kind of like have to figure out a lot of things. And it was neat, even though like I think it was maybe a little too vague.
I mean, that stuff happens
Uh
in the horror spheres, though. They love vague
yeah.
stuff.
But even like despite that, and despite like it was maybe a little tedious with like the control system, like I still was like um really admired just the whole like sticking to one idea and just following it all the way through. um
I'm
and
surprised that
yeah,
Markiplier did something like that. Shoutouts to him.
yeah, the movie, like, he was honestly pretty good in his performance. Like I don't know, I mean, I'm not super familiar with him, but I wasn't really expecting much from the acting, but yeah, he delivered.
Yeah, I feel like if any other YouTuber were to do any type of performance, some some YouTuber from that era, it'd probably be PewDiePie in some weird World War II movie, playing a character that he probably shouldn't play. All right, let me go to another question. How important are online spaces becoming in a world that feels like it's getting harder and harder to just attain? You know, the idea of a normal life that we once knew growing up.
um I'm probably biased, but I guess I feel like they're pretty resourceful. I like think I probably wouldn't have like connected uh or I think my life would be like considerably different if I hadn't met um and formed some online relationships that I have. Um and it feels like really comforting to go on somewhere like Reddit or something, and just kind of find your niche little hobby and see like you know everyone posting about it and asking questions. And um I spend so much time like just reading on there. And even for like kind of somewhat like obscure games from like 15 or so years ago that there's never been a sequel or any follow-up in any sense, but people are still posting about it, and like
Dude,
it's just cool to like.
I found one yesterday. Did you ever play the game Skullgirls?
Oh no, I don't think so.
It's a really great 2D fighting game, but I randomly was just looking it up because I think there's a little bit of controversy with it a few years ago with new developers changing some of the core mechanics. But I popped on because I saw that they had a subreddit, and it was crazy still seeing people just posting fan art. Like
Mm-hmm.
years later, even when the game isn't that active on Steam or anything.
I love seeing like kind of noobs post kind of basic questions,
Oh yeah,
and they're just like, wait a minute, like uh how am I supposed to beat this part? And everyone's like, oh boy, this again. And like it's just funny to kind of see the comments kind of trolling them a little bit, and like, yeah.
things just not.
Like for example with New Vegas, I saw a lot of people being like, hey, first time playing this, like any advice, guys? And everyone's like, oh, you got to go to Quarry Junction, and which is where
Oh yeah,
all the death claws. Yeah.
I
That's where the best armor's kept, dude.
yeah I actually I did a playthrough recently where I actually did go to the quarry, and I think through some rigorous testing, I actually like got through a bunch of it.
What? Wow, okay.
A lot of it was just, you know, I I'm someone I like to. I don't want to say cheat the game, but I like to fall into those secret little areas, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like in between where you know that like creatures can't get you, and then just continue baiting them out, and then sneaking around, using my quick saves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know if we're
That's
gonna
the
be able to
best, yeah.
solve this though.
Dude, I keep getting like distracted and like sorry.
I mean, I think
I don't
it's
even.
part of the core component of this like this podcast. It's also just talking face to face. I didn't. I had a feeling that if we got too wrapped up into gameplay wise, it might just be nothing but focusing on the game. But this is kind of honestly what I was kind of hoping for. It feels just like
Ugh.
interacting in the digital space.
Awesome, yeah. I'm glad.
All right,
Should we
another.
do that? Should we do that? Thing where like every time we speak, we like move our heads. And, like,
Oh yeah, we're in. Yeah, man, I'm in red percent. I actually, if you press Y, you get a pull up cam of the other person. Are you playing on PC or are you playing a controller?
I'm playing on PC.
Yeah, I'm playing on controller.
Oh, wait. Let me see. How do I go check the controls? Tab F U. Oh yeah, I see your view. F. Oh.
fun game like that.
Yeah.
I didn't play Half-Life Alex because I don't want to do VR stuff.
Yeah, they need to come out with another co-op game.
Or I got another question. Did COVID and the 2020 era have an impact on you in like just general relationships and friendships?
Um, I would say, um, yes. Uh, I think like coincidentally, I think I remember having a movie night with a few friends like about 1 maybe 2 weeks before everything before shit hit the fan. Um, and it was a fun night, and I remember thinking like, oh man, like I can't wait to do this again. Um, and then like you know, everyone was kind of like, uh, nah, we can't, and like, um, so that was kind of a bummer. Um, but I guess like at the time, I think I mostly was kind of already uh spending a lot of time online, so maybe not quite as much for me as some other folks. Hmm. What about you?
Yeah, I felt a pretty noticeable difference, and it it really felt for like a lot of people, like a lot of just kind of like normal, I don't know, ideas of just like casual events. It felt like even post COVID just stopped taking place, like the regular like hangouts. It felt like in a way people kind of a lot of people readapted socially to prefer just the nah man, I'd rather just stay inside and like not
Hmm.
do much. And I felt a lot of I've had a good amount of friends kind of talk about that in a lot of ways it felt like it had a weird just impact, that it felt like a mutation that was just never able to normalize.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever really. Well, actually, before I even say that, how uh how comfortable are you with me getting a little bit personal? I guess.
I mean, you can get as personal as you feel comfortable.
Okay. So I feel like for me, when like the pandemic really uh was getting started, um I had already kind of had like a similar sort of experience in a way, because I like um back in 2015, um I had my dad like died, and I had to kind of move from where I was living at back in old Missouri, right?
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like a big change, and I'm not really sure like why it manifested this way, but the way it kind of affected me was I became like very like agoraphobic, I'd say, and just lived like very reclusively for uh like 3.5 or so years. Where I mean, it wasn't like I never like went outside or left the house or anything. But it was like was like 90 like percent, 90 to 95% of the time, like I was just like at home, just like kind of like on my own basically. I mean, I had like some online friends, but um, yeah, I just like I don't know. I didn't really know like what I was doing. I was just kind of lost, and eventually, like I think I got to the point where I was like, okay, start of like 2018, I was like, I really gotta like dig myself out of this hole, um, and get get back to like society, and because I just can't keep living like that. That's not a life at all. Um, and I like had a therapist, and not too long, and then I got a job, and things started to like kind of improve, and I was able to like uh feel like comfortable again. Just going out and talking to people and stuff. Uh, and yeah, I don't know, like things really like bounce back eventually. But then once COVID like was a thing, I was like, oh okay, like
Did it
I
feel
was kind of like
a 2.0?
yeah, I was like, oh man, like okay, well, now this is kind of like interesting because like it's gonna be the same for me, but now it's like now I have kind of everyone else also kind of joining me in on the quote unquote fun. And so it was really interesting to kind of like read and like watch videos and hear about other people's kind of reactions and kind of dealing with that like sense of cabin fever, I guess you'd say. Um, and
Does it ever feel like those years were kind of lost time in a way? Like
yeah,
20 to
yo,
like
yeah.
18-ish?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I feel like sometimes I'm kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm not as far in life as like other people my age, or like my like grandparents or parents were, but um, I can at least somewhat contribute it to like the um time that was kind of like lost, or at the very least like uh fucked up. Um,
I
like it's
think
kind of like a oh sorry,
no,
go
you're all
ahead.
good.
I sorry, I just feel like I'm like talking a lot,
No, you're all good.
but okay. But yeah, I was just gonna say, I guess it's kind of like akin to people who have like gotten into like some kind of like accident, or like they broke a leg, um or they got some kind of like disease they had to like contend with for a while, and it's like, damn, that really like you know fucked up my plans in life and kind of set me back. And so I try not to uh like be too like doom and gloom about it, and it's like, hey, like maybe I didn't really accomplish a whole lot in terms of like um my career goals, or like romantic endeavors and stuff, but I still feel like I wasn't a complete waste of time for me personally, because I still feel like I kind of like grew, like mentally and emotionally, and I
Well,
think I like matured.
you know that a setback. They say that a setback is a setup for a comeback.
I've
You know what I mean?
never heard that.
Yeah, something to think
I
about.
like that.
But I definitely know what you mean. I think our generation is a little cursed because we are forced into a new world that isn't anything like what our parents or grandparents lived in. No matter what they kind of like will lie themselves into, but like, home prices are crazy, rent prices are crazy. I was just looking today saying, what is the cheapest like trailer? Literally trailer time that is like not in complete shambles that I don't have to. And then I was looking, I'm like, okay, that one's nice. How much is that? 25,000. Oh, all right. Okay, but how much is the? Oh, it's $850 a month just to live there too, because it has like a HOA lot type thing. I'm like, what is this,
Huh.
man? Well, it's a ridiculous world, and like I I, there's a reason why, you know, our reproduction rates are so low, and people aren't starting families as quickly as they can be. And we're living in um, an ever out of our hands world. Like it feels like day by day, it seems like we're like, what what is going to be taken away from us today? In a way, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Especially, I mean, I imagine you've probably been seeing all the craziness with ICE. Now, like, DHS is out of funding, and they're begging, and it's like, can we just move on and do something better with our time right now? Can we fix the actual job situation? Because nobody wants to work that job. Even if you're
Yeah.
throwing money at it, nobody wants to do that. And the people that do need to be investigated.
I like um I don't know. I like things are pretty dire. But but
Yeah,
I
diarrhea.
just I don't want to like give up personally. Like I don't know. I think
I don't think we
you
can.
know
If we gave
it's
up, that would.
always darkest before the dawn, right? And so
I think if we gave up, that we
yeah.
would just kind of like let the powers that be going, you know.
Hmm.
Plus, I think too many people are. I think there's too much bullshit going on that is right in front of everybody's faces. That's getting like laid out in place, and everybody's seeing it and going, "We can't ignore this." If eh, you know, I said it best. I felt like I don't know if Obama was any more. Yo, that goes crazy. I don't know if Obama was any more of a better president or less of a corrupt president. That's not for me to say or decide. I got my personal opinion, but I do know if there was a worldwide pedophile trafficking ring, he would have kept that stuff under the secrets. If he wouldn't have let that stuff even out. I feel like he's a bit more intelligent than that to ever be able to let that stuff come out into the open, whether that be for
Hmm.
better or for worse. All right, my next big question: is AI dumb?
I mean, currently, I think yeah, but one day, eh, maybe not. Unfortunately.
Do you have a set date and time that you think?
Mm,
Tomorrow, maybe?
I would have thought it would have taken a lot longer to even get to where we are currently.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you see that Boston Dynamics robot doing its like crazy backflips and stuff?
I've seen some of their videos. Yeah. Um, it's kind of like ominous.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Even when they were first showing off those dogs, I'm like, get that away from me. I'm gonna bash that. I'm gonna bash that dog.
um, I don't know. I wish there was like a way we could kind of just focus on like um AI usage in the areas that would actually be um beneficial for us, like in terms of uh like examining medical conditions and
Finding out
searching.
cancers. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm with you on that.
Instead, it's just kind of focused on like making like life less enjoyable and for us for some reason.
Yeah, making that's why don't you just go make your own movie? You were the one that
Mm-hmm.
was limiting yourself by like saying, "Oh, I can't do that." Well, oh, that costs too much money. It's like, well, you can
You
figure it
get
out. There are kids that do that stuff. There are children in Africa. Have you ever watched any of the like crazy ass beautiful movies that come out of Africa?
mm-mm.
Dude, there's some amazing film, and it's all extremely low budget. Some of it, it's pretty like
Oh my god!
laughable.
I
Wait,
think I figured it out.
you figured it out?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Send the cube through. If you can you get it?
Oh, it'll get carried up and carried over there.
I have. Yeah. I think I have an idea. Actually. Yeah. 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 And then here's my idea: is that uh, or wait. You know what? Maybe I didn't figure it out.
Wait, can you go through the portal?
uh, no. Okay. Well, wait. I've got this. So, can you? Is there a way for you to turn off the thing?
Maybe. I think actually. Oh no, that one goes up. Damn, Gabe just laid it off. No, it's gonna be like pointed direct ahead.
Uh.
Oh,
Fuck it. Okay.
let me pull up another question right here.
Okay.
Did social media cause too much focus on identity, and did the rise of rampant individualism lead to an actual fall in humanity? Because even in like online communities on like social media, it seems like a lot of the time it's people essentially fighting a social like game of trying to get the biggest laugh or the most attention. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Um. There is a lot of like, uh, kind of like narcissism and um self-centeredness that comes from people who are so like fixated on um like views and likes and comments and stuff. Um, and I don't know. I think uh, it's like a way for them to like feed all of that like nastiness that's just easily accessible and um, they can like kind of take advantage of others and I don't know. It's just kind of like harmful in a lot of ways. To be honest, I like um, I haven't used social media other than like I guess reading threads on Reddit and like a few years now.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know. I gotta say, like maybe occasionally I'll feel a little bit like left out, but I think that feeling is so minimal compared to like the benefits not having any of it brings me. Like I have a friend who she's She's like the same age as me, and like I think she's uh like an attractive, like funny, fun to be around person. But she's very, very addicted to TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and there's a lot of like her beating herself down because she's always like comparing to like how these like Instagram girls look or whatever, and I'm always like, like I like understand why you would feel insecure because of all that, but like, man, like you really shouldn't though, because I'm like, I feel like you're like a good um like pretty person like in general, and so it like really sucks that like even someone like that would feel that way because of all that like shit on there.
I mean,
Um,
I think sadly because of how it's constructed, even people that are like some of the most beautiful, probably some of the most beautiful women have probably nonstop insecurities. Beautiful women, men, and other people, individuals.
and bees.
Like everybody, I feel like whenever they get in the social media spheres, when you're constantly being berated and surrounded by the niceness of others' lives, it makes you start questioning things in your own life. And I think that's one thing that like sucks about it is it's created false concepts and constructs of what we consider as uh, where we should be at in life. You know, you see someone that you go, what? That person went to the same school as me and they're on vacation where? And they get to do what? And they're going to what concert? And it it it's crazy because it's like, if it was like the 80s or the 90s, you graduate, you'd move on, and then maybe at a class reunion you'd see that person and then you go, oh, they became a success. But half the time it was just becoming the nerds. It was just Bill Gates and stuff like that. RIP. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of dangerous in that regard.
Yeah, just the like idea of like uh having your own insecurities is already like hard enough, but then to have it like magnified by um what social media like pushes, it's just constant like uh feeling like you're not enough, or like you don't have enough, or that you know you shouldn't have this thing or be that way, and like um I don't know, I guess it like I think if I was on social media, like especially to the level of degree that like um a lot of other people are, I'd like, dude, I don't think I'd like, I don't know, I probably like, for me personally, I would have maybe like reverted back to my like agoraphobic self, because I just don't think I would have felt comfortable ever in my own skin, like
It
being in
causes
public, really.
isolation. I think it causes, like you said, it causes insecurity, and I think in a way it causes more isolation. When it forces
Mm-hmm.
individualism, it makes everybody kind of go within themselves. I feel like the next big step is I think clubs are going to come back. I think people are going to get back into doing things like that. Just meeting up in like a local group, posting a little sign up on a local business, a local restaurant saying like movie club, watching classic movies, and it's just like someone's house where they got a nice old big old CRT set up, one of the big
Ooh,
old box ones.
I like
People,
that.
and then people just meet up, watch a movie a week, talk about it. Maybe every few weeks they do like a 3 movie marathon, like Star Wars or something for a whole day. But I feel like that's the next step because I think people are also realizing and deciding that it's also important to start including people even if it's someone that you normally wouldn't hang out with, that they may have a common interest, but that's not someone like in your local area that like if you had just seen them on the street, you would have been going out of your way to be like, yeah, dude, I want to hang out, I want to talk with you. I feel like communities like that are going to be able to start kind of relinking us together, rebuilding worlds.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good way to tie in. The yeah. Um, I actually have a good friend of mine who for at least a couple years now he's been in a book club, um, which is cool. And they meet like I think every 2 weeks on like Sundays. Um, but the thing is, like, even with that, I feel like it's maybe not quite um how uh I would like it to be. Excuse me. Like, cause they only meet like in video calls. I think they like pretty much never have that like face to face interactions, which bring so much more.
Yeah.
Um, and then also the fact is like everyone in that book club is they're all they were already like all friends, and I mean there's nothing like wrong with that, obviously, if you want to start up some kind of club with like your friends, but I guess like you were saying, like, there's like a level of like um uh there's like a wild card factor at play when there's like, strangers, or at the very least people you're not super familiar with, like maybe coworkers of your friends, you've never met before, like become members or something. And then that kind of adds a whole new dynamic, and like maybe there's other opinions, because generally I feel like when you're friends with someone, it's kind of like, as they kind of have like a similar
Taste.
mindsets, and yeah, and hobbies and stuff, and so it's kind of like, well, like here's like a um some action movie, and like, oh, me and my friends are gonna watch it, and whoa, surprise, what a shocker, we all really loved it, and like, whereas like maybe if you had someone that like, I don't know, was like a bit older and maybe a little more kind of like a rom-com fan or something, maybe they'd be like, huh, well, I really liked, this aspect, but then geez, it got pretty violent,
Yeah,
or
but you
something,
didn't
and
like
like
the main thing. You don't want an echo chamber. You want different
exactly, yeah.
opinions. That's one thing I use Letterbox. I guess that's technically a social media, but I use Letterbox a good bit, and it's like it really is fun seeing how different people are on there with their opinions. There's a lot of people that they'll really enjoy uh, a movie and then like I'll have just a completely like yeah, I saw that same movie that you guys all gave like a 4 stars, and like I thought it was fine. I gave it maybe 2.5 stars. I would never watch it
Hmm.
again. And then they're like, "What? That wasn't one of the best movies you've ever seen?" I'm like, "No, man, but I also like dumb movies, so I know that my opinion isn't necessarily the best opinion. I just know it's my opinion."
Yeah.
And I feel like I sadly I feel like in the mixture between the Reddit and YouTube generation, we did start faking and reestablishing pieces of media that were like, no, that's the greatest thing of all time. And like, you know, sadly I contribute to it. Like Akira, I still will say Akira is still one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. But that was like a real middle school, high school ass opinion that I had, and it's like it's an opinion that a billion people have heard over and over and over again. That when you hear it again, you go, Same with like I love the original Alien movie, but like I know there's a if anybody's like a real horror or science fiction fan, they're gonna go, yeah, of course, it's one of the greatest fucking movies ever. Yeah. What's and then they'll go, but what's your real what's the weird thing? That's what I think people want now too. Is they're like, what's the weird thing that you know?
Hmm. For sure. I was talking with a girl that I had met on a dating app recently, and she was like, uh, just kind of asking me like, about favorite movies and stuff, and then she told me how she was really into like rom-coms, and so I was like, oh, okay, like it's like one of your favorite rom-coms from like the 2000s, and I forget what she said, but it was a movie that like I feel like is probably on a lot of people's lists, like something like The Notebook or whatever. And I don't think there's anything like wrong with that. Um, but like she seemed to um really enjoy when I gave my answer, which is like this. um, it is romantic, but it's kind of weird. But it's a movie called Lars and the Real Girl, and it's like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that
he
movie.
falls in love with the sex doll, yeah, and he's like
Ryan
mentally
Gosling.
ill, yeah, and it's not like that obscure or anything, but like
It's a good
a
movie though. But it's one
little bit different.
that especially if someone hasn't seen it, they're gonna be like, oh, what's that? And then you get to show them it, and then they get to be like, whoa, what an interesting movie. Cause I love that movie. It really it makes you go from being like, this guy's weird in the beginning to being like, this guy's the best. This guy rocks. Leave
Yeah.
him alone. Let him live.
um I just and I think like there was just a great like joy and kind of a special uniqueness to when I was kind of like describing it a little bit to her, and just kind of her reactions to what the plot was, and like um she seemed kind of like unsure at first, but then she was like, oh, okay, you know what, and at the end she pretty much did exactly what you said, which is like, you know what, I'm gonna add that to my watch list, and I was like, hell yeah.
All you gotta really
So
say though is Ryan Gosling's in it. And that is the important part. Now that leads me to my last question I have for this episode, which is, what are some movies, shows, and games that have been in your kind of current rotation
um this is kind of a silly one, but I will have a couple friends come over to my place for like a game night. Maybe like uh maybe like twice a month or so. And the couple games that we have enjoyed playing is well, one is Wheel of Fortune.
is?
um and there's just something about uh like trying to guess what it is when there's like 100 letters that you don't know, and you're just kind of like just kind of throwing out random shots.
Vowels.
And uh it's always funny how like we'll try and like um kind of like manipulate each other, I guess, like we'll say like, oh dude, I've got this figured out, and there's only like two letters uncovered, and we're just like, what, there's no way, and we just act super confident, and you're like, nope, I got it. Oh man. And then that leads to them kind of like scrambling to try and like think of like, what, I mean, it must be obvious, like what is it, and like um I don't know, it's just fun, kind of dumb game.
Have you guys ever tried like Jackbox?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one too. Trying to think. What was? Golf with your friends.
Oh, that's a
That's
good
it.
one.
That's another one we do. Yeah. Um, there was a Worms.
Oh, I love
Like
all the
games.
Worms games.
There was a like themed map for Golf with Your Friends based on Worms, and it we had played through like every other course, and when we got to that one, that was like I don't know if we're just really bad. I mean, maybe we are bad, or at least I am, since I can't even figure this out. But um, like that course was so freaking hard, dude. Like we had so like probably like half the holes. Like I ended up just like DNFing because like I was just like, dude, this is like impossible. There's like rockets blowing up constantly. There's like this and that, and like,
That makes
um,
me. I need to do an episode with golf with your friend.
oh yeah, you should.
That'd be perfect.
I'd be down for that if you wanted me to join. Um, but yeah, I'd say like those two games, and then uh, me personally, um, I do I like um, there's a um band that I like been listening to a lot lately, and they just kind of have like a fun, um, uplifting kind of vibe. It's called Between Friends, and it's like this like couple that make music together, and I don't know, uh, yeah, listen to them a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check them out.
Hell yeah.
I like couples that make music. That's like one of my favorite subgenres.
Like Beatles.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Nah, that's a quadruple.
know.
No, no, it was just they wouldn't let Ringo be involved. They're all like, Ringo, stay over there. You can watch in the corner, but you're not allowed to be involved. All right, I think that concludes this episode. I'm glad that you mentioned that play with golf with your friends, because I actually one of the next guests that I'm gonna have on none other than J Baller James B,
Oh yeah.
and I want to do a solo ep with him, but I also want to do an ep with both of us playing together, and I can imagine all three of us playing golf with your friends. That'd go crazy.
I'd be so down for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, thank you so much, Gabe. It's been great playing with you and talking with you, having you on the
Yeah.
episode.
Thank you for talking with me, man. I feel like I wish we had gotten
A little
at
bit
least to the
further.
third level.
Hey, this is
But
why we got more worlds to explore, dude. We're rebuilding these worlds. And this one, too many puzzles, dude. I can't do that. My brain needs to get a little bit more high IQ after this. Thank you again, dog.
peace.
Peace, man.